Hello, everyone. Glad to share my research on V8 Sandbox, and I'm working in Numen cyber company, and our company based in Singapore. Just like every speech, I think every time when I'm going to share some speech, I will try my best to give you some new things. So today, I'm going to share some. I think I can call it a new vulnerability, but I did not update it to Google. So let's begin. This is a short introduction for our lab. Our company, I think we can divide it to two parts. So first part is Web3, but then I know nothing about Web3. So I'm only focusing on Web2 security. And I think before last year, I'm only focusing on V8 engine. And last year, we are going to POC 2023, and some Chinese conferences we are going to there and to share. So also last year, I also share speech in SingCon 2023. But now this year, some of my energy will focusing on Android kernel. So here's a short menu. Basic introduction and V8 Sandbox attacking surface and V8 Sandbox bypass ideas, and also I will share some cases. And the last part is future V8 Sandbox. Okay, this year Google has added the rules of V8 Sandbox bypass to Chrome VRP, and the most highest reward is 5,000 for V8 Sandbox. But there are 2 points we should care. The first is, if you uploaded the POC to Google, it should result in a write into the target page. The second is your successful rate. You have to be reliable and work at the least 50% of the time. So that means your exploit have to be very stable. And the bottom is the URL we can go to check. So the goal of V8 Sandbox, as I know, I think is Salo, who is focusing on hardening the V8 Sandbox. The goal of it is prevent corrupting V8 objects from constructing read and write primitives. Because I think some guys, if you pay attention to Chrome browser security, and if we pay attention to the code commits, I think you guys will understand. We can see a lot of commits, and but Google will try their best to patch. If there is no one to talk about that, for example, there's no researchers to say that, oh, this commit is a security commit and this is vulnerability, so we should patch it. If no researcher is going to talk about this, I think all the companies, vendors did not do that. But I want to talk about most of researchers, for example, at me, I'm focusing on exploit developing research. So to be honest, my job is focusing on the commit, and I'm going to check every commit. If only this commit is a secret commit, then I will pay most of my energy to try my best to write this exploit. If you are aware of some tweets, and in 2021, I finished my exploit, and that exploit is just one patch, but Google did not patch it in the latest stable release version. So if only, because I think in 2021, there are lots of, we call it the messenger, immediate messenger. So if only you're going to use one V8 vulnerability, then you can pawn the latest messenger. And if you write the exploit very well and very stable, then sometimes you just need to send a message to someone maybe, and then the user did not need to open any URL, did not need to click anywhere. if only he uses software, maybe his software or his phone can be hacked. So with Sandbox, that's the way Sandbox design. It will be divided into parts, software and hardware. I think, but now most of my attention are focusing on software because hardware is a little hard for me. So there are many changes to with Sandbox. I think the most changes in it is pointer tables and memory regions. If we want to find the bypassing method, we have to understand the design method. So especially the software design, maybe because most of the time the software checking is a little quick or maybe a little easier than hardware. So you can see there are 3 parts: the address, base, is pointers, and pointer tables. Normally, if the researchers updated some vulnerability to Google, I think the most response is okay. The software developer is going to patch it. So the patch method maybe most probably is to add a pointer table. There are 3 pointer tables. So CPT, TPT, and EPT. I won't talk about the details. This picture we can see maybe a little clearly for the design. And this picture is just from Salo's design documents. Okay, this is the hardware design. I think maybe if we want to palm from the hardware design, it's something like maybe the side channel. Maybe we can use the side channel to leak the pointers. But I'm not very skilled about this, so I have to skip it. There are so many objects, and if we want to learn the details of the with Sandbox, we have to pay more attention to trusted objects and expose the trusted objects, because normally the software designer will put the trusted objects outside the with Sandbox. So normally the patch method, the patch method is move the trust objects outside or add some pointer tables. Okay, here's the Sandbox attacking surface. I think the 5 parts we should pay attention: the Sandbox design, what we are talking about, the trust objects, and the garbage collection. Why we are going to pay attention to garbage collection? Because it's very sophisticated. As I know, I think everyone can think about this. Chrome browser is so sophisticated, and a lot of engineers they cooperate on the software. So it's very hard for many people to make the same decision. And the garbage collection is very sophisticated. So I think it's very hard to make it very good. The pointer table, the fourth is the pointer table, because with Sandbox is different like Chrome browser Sandbox. Chrome browser Sandbox is the destination of Chrome browser Sandbox is blocking. I think the difference from the way Sandbox and the browser Sandbox is the browser Sandbox is divided into 2 processes, and the way Sandbox is they are in the same process. So I think even though Google add the rules about the bug bounty, but I think it's a good attacking surface, or it's a good way for researchers to get more money from this attacking surface. So here's some links we can go to check. Why I'm going to list this, because even though we're going to find some new attacking surface or find some new vulnerabilities, we have to learn something from the former researchers. And even though maybe you think it's old or it's no use, maybe, but to be honest, if only we find some new attacking surface, we have to base the researchers' work. Okay, so normally I'm going to every time I go, because this is the basic ideas. Every time I will talk about this. If we want to bypass the with Sandbox, normally we have two steps. The first step is we're going to control the RIP or the PC. In ARM we call it the PC. In x83 or x64 we call it RIP. And the second stage is we are going to access shellcode. In the last year, so because with Sandbox is going to be more important, and in last year, I think there are 3 cases. First is from Wang. He make his exploit public, and everybody can download it and check it. The basic idea is use JIT function, and we're going to hijack the RPC. Going to hijack the RIP, then we jump to the shellcode. And the second is the last year what I'm sharing, and I shared it in POC 2023. When I'm sharing it, Google still need not patch it. So we're going to hijack the RIP and then jump to the shellcode. That's why we should pay more attention to the native pointer. Because the native pointer is a full pointer and it is compressed. If only we can hijack this pointer, or if only we can write this pointer to other contents, then we can hijack the whole process, and the process will jump to some other values. Okay, so this is the whole process. Get the ability to fake object. After we control the RPC, we should get the ability to fake object, get the ability to jump to other space, and get the ability to modify objects auto V8. So if we want to bypass the V8 Sandbox, normally, I think I'm talking about my method, my own method. So I'm going to search the native pointers from V8 Sandbox space, and that's the first and second method. I make it public before Google patch it. I use this method. So there's no very sophisticated methods to use, or there's no theoretical method to use. I just use a search engine, and I'm going to apply some objects. Then with the engine will print the address. As you know, if we can find some native pointers in V8, then it should be patched. So I use nothing very special methods. I just use the search engine, and I'm going to see the first half of the pointer, and I'm going to use the search engine just to search it. So I search some pointers in WASM objects. So so finding bypass with engine, I think it's very, very easy. We just need to search some pointers. It's true, but after I finish, even though I finished the exploit, I used some 1 day, and plus my bypassing method. But because it's last year, Google did not want to give any money for this method, so I did not uploaded this POC to Google. Okay, here is some memory. Maybe we can have a good understanding. This is the initial bypass method I make public, and when I make it public, Google did not patch it. After POC 2023, maybe a month later, some other companies also use this native pointer to hijack the process to bypass with the engine. But I think we should pay more attention about this. It's about ourselves, because sometimes you find a good vulnerability, or sometimes if you find a good attack surface, we have to make some promotes. Because if you don't make it very promote, Google did not aware it, and maybe he did not care about it. So this is the initial bypass method. going to apply the WSM objects, and we have to use WSM language. We compile it to some bytecode, then we use VT engine to load them. And this is the memory. We can see the RWX. This is the pointer. So I make the character bold, and you can see it. This is the RWX pointer. If only we can write to this position, then we can hijack the whole process. Because we can see the WSM instance. Initially, Maimo did not use this method. He used the JIT engine. He uses the JIT method, JIT method. But after he updated the POC to Google patched it quickly. So the second method is WSM supports the bytecode, but it also supports some JIT functions. So the second method is very simple. We just need to make a very, very long loop to the function, and WSM will add some. I think we can see this one. I don't know how to. You cannot see the pointer maybe. Oh, you can see here. Move R10, and after the R10 there is a number, and after Maimo updated his POC, Google immediately patched. He make this number to be not RW char character. So this will block, even though you can. I don't know whether I make it clear. Even though you can hijack the pointer, because the second stage we need to execute some shellcode, and the shellcode is this number. I'm going to show you. After you hijack the process, we have to execute some shellcode, and the shellcode is here. This number is a constant. So after Google patch it, we cannot execute some shellcode because Google moves this number to another memory region. It has no character of execute. It can only be read and write. There is no execute character. So function native pointer patched. So we need another method to find the JIT code. We can see the whole chain. First, we leak shellcode pointer from render process. There is no need to care about the size of shellcode. Second, we send the pointer to server. And the server uses the shellcode pointer to compile the WAT code to WSM binary. And then the render process gets the WSM binary. And we use JavaScript to hijack the RPC. And the sixth is we execute shellcode. So that's the whole process. I'm going to show you here's the timeline. In 2023, we make the first method to bypass with Sandbox public, and in POC we make WSM pointer hijack public, and then we I think maybe some guys have aware that there is a CTF. It was held by Google, and some guys use lift off assembly to bypass with Sandbox. And the following is CV 2024-0517. Some other company use this CV to make their whole process public. They use this CV and plus the second method used, and make it public. Then Google patch the bypass method. So this is the last case I want to show you. This picture is just make when our conference is held. And initially, it's a native pointer, and it's also in the latest Chrome. Initially, before I'm here, and I try to find the native pointer, I'm in my office, and I did not find it in my computer. I use my system is Linux, but because I found this native pointer, maybe 1 month ago, I found this native pointer. Google still not patch it, but I found this first time I'm in the Linux. So this morning I cannot find it, but after I came here, I think maybe Apple system it did not patched, and after I checked this, it's definitely not patched. So normally, just as what I said, normally I did not use some very sophisticated methods. So maybe and some other researchers we will talk about the bypass method, and I will ask them, okay, how is it going? And they will say, okay, there's no raw pointers. So I'm thinking, maybe you did not open some very sophisticated websites. So I'm open an URL, and this URL, it will use WSM to load the whole Windows XP system. So I'm wondering whether Google can treat all of the native pointers okay if we are going to load a whole system. Because when we are using XP, everybody knows we will compile software, we will make a lot of things, and it is very sophisticated. So after we load Windows XP, and we're going to apply for some objects, we just use the search engine to search this number. It's just a random number. We just search it, then we can check the address. So first half part of the address is the weight engine address. We can locate the weight engine address. And then we can make some change to the contents, and you can see the contents was changed in the search engine. So here is the native pointer. Because after we open this URL, after we loaded the Windows XP system, we can go to check all of the WSM memory. There will be maybe 2 or 3 or 4. So normally we care about WSM objects. We can see this one. Normally that's what we care about, and that's what I'm caring about last year. But there are still some WSM memory. I don't know what the function of this WSM memory, but I'm thinking because this memory, they have the execute memory. So they will execute some code. Okay, how can they jump into this code? So if only I can search or I can find some native pointers in V8, and these pointers can jump to this memory, then we can hijack the process. So there are only 3 regions, and what I need is just to search the first half part. So I use her first half part and input it to there, and then I make the memory. I don't know how to say that in English. We should check this, because it will be very strictly to the memory, and it will be a little okay for us to find the correct memory. Then we can find a lot of pointers. And I'm going to check several of these pointers. Eventually, I found it. Here is the memory, and we can add a hardware debug point. Then it will immediately pause. X4, the register, will load these contents. We don't care about this. because they have there is no relationship, or they can't anyhow, we don't need to care about these structures, and we can see here, BLR X4, they will jump into what you control. So this is the latest Chrome browser, the native pointer. After we get the native pointer, what we need is we have to use another heap method, because we need to put our shellcode maybe into the WS memory, because we have to know where we want to jump to, where we want to jump to. So this is the last part, and the version of V8, the version is 12.3, and we patched the second method, but this method I just showed now, Google still not patch it. So I think you guys maybe I still have not updated this vulnerability or attack surface to Google. I tried, but the last speaker, Mark is more fortunate, Mark is more skilled than me, because I tried many times and tried to give some POG to Google, and Google maybe Google admitted two vulnerabilities, but I did not get any boundary. So even though I found some vulnerability, I think maybe give the POGs to Google is a waste of my time. Okay, that's okay. Thank you.